Hey, what's up everybody, it's your boy Lou Streets. I'm back with another segment of LS Vision, and in today's video, what I wanted to talk about was ranked sets in Mortal Kombat 11, and I don't understand why they don't allow custom variations to be used in this mode. So, because this is a NetherRealm game, and the engines are fairly similar and the development is fairly similar, I try to relate everything in Mortal Kombat 11 back to Injustice 2, because that's kind of like my building block for it. So anything that happened in Injustice 2 would only be enhanced in Mortal Kombat 11. So when it comes to Injustice 2, they had a few flaws that was pretty visible when it came to building your character. Like, initially we were all excited about the fact that we got to use gear and have great cosmetics, have a stat boost with the gear, which was strength, defense, health, and ability. So those were the four main columns for that, right? Or the four main characteristics for the point of the gear. The issue that ended up coming to be with the gear is that if you didn't play constantly, you wouldn't be competitive. So I remember there was a point where the characters would cap out at level 20, which was kind of weird in itself to have character levels, like XP levels for a character. It makes sense, but what the levels represented in regards to competition was kind of like a flaw. So I remember you could be level 20, and there was like a major update where it went up to like level 30. Now, for a while, I had stopped playing that game once I got like 10 characters level 20 because other things came out I was just interested in playing. I noticed when I decided to come back and try to get re-prepared for Mortal Kombat 11 by playing Injustice 2, it was a lot of guys I was more skilled in that I would lose to because of the fact that they were grinding playing up to level 30 while I was inactive on the game. So naturally my muscle memory was still there and I could beat them, but it took me 3 hits to account for the amount of damage output they was getting in 1 hit, because my character may have been a level 21 and theirs was level 30 because they played the whole time. So I understand in Injustice 2 the whole point of having where you could only use default presets or default things for ranked matches because of the advantage difference based on stat boosts. However, in Mortal Kombat 11, you don't have this. Okay, so being that there's no issue with stat boosting on gear, I don't really see the logical reason in Mortal Kombat 11 why we need to have preset variations when it comes to ranked matches. So let me break this down right quick. And I even went and played some ranked matches just to get a feel for this, but I want to start at a base level first. So cosmetics, first of all, when it comes to like the grinding that you have to do in the crypt and like opening chests in there and getting rewards in there, maybe discovering shit in there that's not that easy to find, and then you combine that with the stuff in the tower, which can really, like, those towers can get really hard. I haven't played many of them yet. I've kind of just been playing a lot of online one-on-one and a lot of spending a lot of time in the lab just trying to get my setups and shit together. I haven't really dug into like the teeth of the game as far as getting rewards. However, I do have a handle on it because I've read about it, I've played some of it, so I've gained some rewards. I just haven't went for the most difficult things. So when it comes to that, I feel like there's a fair amount of grinding. I mean, it's almost like an RPG as far as like the grind you can put in to get things that you like want to put in your character. So my whole perspective on that is, even if I'm playing ranked, I still want to be able to look like I want to look. I want to make my character unique. The whole point of customization, which is like a big thing with every game nowadays, is that it's to make the guy feel like he's my character. So for instance, my main right now is Sub-Zero. If I play against your Sub-Zero, I want mine to look and feel as different as possible. But if we only using preset variations, then how much different can we possibly be even when playing ranked? And so I know with the grind of like the crypt and the tower, they bring in these things called augments. And so like I said earlier, there's no stat boost. So it's not really an unfair advantage of I got 5,000 strength and you got 8,000 strength or some crazy shit like that because you've been playing the game more than I have. Augment boost kind of does things like, let's say you get like a flame augment for Liu Kang, and it'll put a boost on like, I don't know, 3 to 5% boost on all fire attacks. Well, okay, let's say that that's cool. Liu Kang can't use constant fire attacks because he has to have different moves to set you up. If you're spamming the same attack over and over and over just because it has an augment on it, I should be able to pick up on that and punish, even if I'm playing competitive mode or ranked mode, because of the fact that if you're playing that mode, you're obviously trying to be one of the best players, so you should have the skill to kind of recognize that. as long as there's not a stat boost, I don't see a reason why you can't have every single move available to you that you would use. Because let's say that your Sub-Zero is more of a zoner. You like Sub-Zero because of the fact that he's a cornerstone character in Mortal Kombat, in the Mortal Kombat timeline. But you're more of a zone style player. I like to bring pressure. I like to try to get jokers and pop-ups. So my move set is going to be based around me putting in all the moves I have available to me that makes that more prevalent. Whereas if you were a zoner, you might put in all the projectile stuff and kind of try to keep a distance and have a play style. And when it comes to being when it comes to the rank mode, 9 times out of 10 that's usually based around games that want to be placed in esports, or like tournaments like Evo and shit like that. So I feel if you're pretty much gauging how you decide to put that together based on the fact that you want this to be played in tournaments and shit like that, I don't see why you wouldn't give players the freedom to do what the hell they want. Like, if I'm watching a match on Twitch or some shit like that, and one guy's a zoner and one guy's a rushdown player, but they have the same character, to me that makes for an interesting style, because it's pretty much who can impose their will more on the other person. If you make it where I can only use preset variations, even if you have 5 to 7 variations, which Mortal Kombat 11 does have on preset, what if a certain setup I like isn't in this variation but it's over here, but then I lose a projectile I want? It just doesn't make a lot of sense. It feels really restricted, and on top of that, it makes the matches can be redundant to me as far as like rank mode goes, because of the fact that pretty much both guys are like in the same box as far as what they can do fighting style, like fighting wise. So I just don't really get the logic behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like, without there being any stat boosts, I don't really see a reason for it. And even I went online myself and played some rank today just to see if I could still be competitive, and I won the match, but like I felt lost because of the fact that I haven't practiced those presets, and then like my muscle memory is shaped around what I did in the lab. So if I don't have those moves available to me, it's like I gotta adjust on the fly, which is cool, but it's like, why are you kind of forcing the player to adjust his strings based on variations, versus it being where I bring my custom variations in, I bring my style in, I bring my most competitive version of myself into ranked mode, and then the better man wins. I don't really get the logic behind it, and I've kind of been trying to think about it all day to see, am I not being open-minded with it? Because from my perspective, you should be able to do whatever you want to do when it comes to playing ranked mode. Okay, so being that I stated that I feel like you should be able to do whatever you want in ranked mode as far as fighting goes, I'm not the type of person who's going to sit and just complain about something. In fact, this really isn't I'm sorry that I'm stuttering. This really isn't a complaint in itself. It's more of just like trying to share some thoughts and then offer a solution. So I have 3 solutions that I feel like could be useful in regards to this, because I feel like the whole point of the adjustments being made in ranked mode is solely based off being able to promote this game in tournament play at Evo. If I'm not mistaken, I think this game is in the upcoming Evo list. I really can't remember, because I think the list was released before Mortal Kombat 11 dropped, but regardless, that's besides the point. But I feel like that these restrictions are made based on tournament play and wanting to have those things be the same. So my very first solution would be, when it comes to ranked mode, let all the moves be there, just take the augments out. Like, let's say that the augments are supposed to represent a stat boost in character, quote unquote character gear, just like Injustice 2 did, and then just take the augments out and make it where I still can have my cosmetics, I still can have all my moves, that way I can still do all my strings. Or another suggestion could be, when it comes to tournament play, that'll be the one place that you just restrict custom variations, because that would just be like a time issue. Or also, there could always be the grace period of in between matches. You let guys set up their custom variations, because I mean, in reality, if a dude's a regular player, or a guy or a girl is a regular player, and he or she decides to jump into a tournament, more than likely they know what they want to run already. No different than when people play Dragon Ball FighterZ, they know the team that they're coming into the tournament with. So if you give a guy I don't know what it takes, 35 seconds to put in the moves that he wants, and you just don't put that coverage into like your Twitch or your stream, you just go to like some type of commercial or something like that. I mean, there are so many ways to get around this where I just don't see the logic in making it where you just take moves away, because I want to see matches where guys are at their best version of their self, and I want to play ranked matches at my best version of myself. Now, of course, I could go and sit and lab whatever presets you have available, and that's cool. I mean, anybody can put that time in and do that, but then it doesn't feel like my character anymore, because if I don't want to use that move, I shouldn't have to use that move. It's just that simple. So I mean, I don't know if this update will ever happen. I don't know how people feel about this. It could just be me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments as far as custom variations and rank goes, because being that there's no stat boost, I don't see the disadvantage for one player or the advantage for another player. I just see it simply being, this is how I like to set up my guy, this is how you like to set up your guy, and may the best man win. And like I said, best case scenario, if you're going to restrict something, just take augments off a move. So like I said earlier with the Liu Kang move, if you take the extra boost of damage off his fire moves, that's cool, but let him have the move. Like, there's no reason to make it where I can't put in the 3 moves I want in my ability slots just because I'm playing ranked. I just don't see the disadvantage for me or the advantage for the other player. Like, I truly don't see it. I've thought about it, and like I said, I went online today, I played some ranked matches. I won the matches, but I didn't win them with style because the muscle memory just wasn't there, because I didn't have those moves available to me. So I want to know what you guys think about it. I'm sure there's somebody who doesn't agree with me. I want to know why you don't agree with me, because I'm speaking from a perspective of the best gaming experience possible, and I just don't really see a reason for restricting anything in ranked mode outside of augments. Augments would be the only thing, and that would be a prime example would be because I haven't been grinding for augments, and maybe another guy has, I don't know, all his augment slot filled, so he would have an advantage over me. That would make total sense. But as far as anything that's related around button inputs, special abilities that I have available to me, and how I decide to set those up, I don't really see the reason for the restriction. So again, just let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you do agree, tell me why you agree. If you don't agree, also tell me why. If you do have a logical reason for why there is a disadvantage and I'm completely wrong about this, let me know that in the comments also. But I just want to share some thoughts on it. As always, I will be back with more Mortal Kombat 11 content. I really do love this game, and that's kind of where this video came from. It's the fact that I love the game, and I don't want them to drop the ball with things that Injustice 2 dropped the ball with because of them being the same developer. I really want to see this game have a long life, and I'm excited to keep playing it and try to keep getting better with other characters. So just let me know what you guys think in the comments as far as how you feel about this particular topic and custom variations in ranked. As always, if you did like the video, please hit the like button for me. Also hit the subscribe button for me, because I'll be back with tons more content for this game and others. It is your boy Lou Streets. I am out. I already didn't want this video to be this long, but I definitely wanted to get these thoughts out there and just see if anybody else agreed, because it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't really make a lot of sense. There's no logic to it. Maybe I'm overlooking something, but I put some thought into this before I made the video. So let me know what you guys think. I'll catch you on the next one. It's your boy Lou Streets. I am out. Peace.